Hello and welcome. My name is Tom Shima, and today is Monday, August 24th. Last time on Persona A Day, it was Sunday and we are on summer break. There were a lot of opportunities for people to spend time with yesterday, and I decided to take Chihiro up on an offer to go see a movie. We both had a lot of fun, it was a dramatic movie, and I was able to gain some charm progress as a result. With the evening, there was talk again about managing the balance between responsibilities and the time we have left of summer. And Igus came to me and wanted to make her own summer memory tending to the rooftop gardens. So of course I wanted to do that. We went up there, we talked, the garden was looking good, and Igus started to further understand the interconnectedness of everything and to kind of see her place in and amongst it all. She was able to unlock a new characteristic which allows her physical attacks to deal increased damage. Sunday was a great day. Can the final week of summer break keep the feelings going? Will I be able to do all the things I want to do before school resumes? Just when will I get back to Tartarus? Find out on today's episode of Persona A Day. Okay, so here we are. This is where things ended up yesterday. This was that new ability that Igus unlocked after we tended the garden a handful of times. This was that physical boost. Strengthens physical skills. A wonderful ability for her to have, as physical skills seem to be her primary attack. So, just a permanent bonus. And the growth from the understanding of the gardening and the lessons she took from it. Yeah, so it's more than just physical your physical damage stats. It is that growth as a character. So it was really nice to see that come to fruition last night. A good way to end Sunday.
Naturally, I will still continue to look after them at full throttle. Let's get started right away.
Yeah, we finished tending those plants then.
Once again, our mission has concluded without incident today. Let's head back now.
And it's really been cool to see her take an interest in all this and that she wants to continue to do that going forward. But that was how Sunday wrapped up. Yes, so here we are coming into Monday, catching up with the real calendar on the 24th.
You just don't know when to give up.
And we're seeing a different scene. It's not just me starting off in my room there. This is Shinjiro Aragaki talking to Sanada. We've seen them all over the place. This is, in front of Wakatsu Kitchen. Nope, it's not. Wakatsu Kitchen's right next door. Yeah, I'm looking at the sign there. This is in front of Hagakure.
I'll come back as many times as I need to. I don't give up that easy.
Yeah, if anybody's going to be the kind not to give up, it's going to be Akihiko.
And my answer will be the same every time. I'm not going back.
They definitely have that connection, and they seem to have similar mentalities. They've said they're friends.
Actually, we got a new team member. Did you know animals can use personas too?
Wait, what'd you just say?
Oh, that seemed to intrigue him.
He's a dog. He lost his master to the shadows 6 months ago. And he's incredibly loyal, too. Up until now, he's been guarding the spot where his master was killed.
Koromaru is such a good boy.
It's been rough for him, but he's making the most of it.
Huh? Oh, it's Sonata-san.
There's Ken. He's been staying with us this summer at the dorm, since everyone else at the elementary school dorms was out with family and other places.
Huh? Who's he talking to? I wouldn't want to butt in.
He is a very mature and considerate young man.
We saw someone die right before our eyes, too.
Okay, that seems quite the revelation.
It'll be 2 years this October.
I like Ken hearing that and concealing himself a little bit more behind the Wakatsu sign there.
How long are you gonna beat yourself up over that?
I've really enjoyed the scenes between these two because they've obviously got a lot of history and background that they're both aware of, so they're not going to beat us over the head with that exposition. They're going to talk logically in character about the things they know, the way they know them. So important details that we don't know aren't just going to be brought up because these two don't need to know them. It's really been that real feeling of being that fly on the wall and listening to this and not knowing everything but trying to put the pieces together.
That's why you're always behind the station. even though you don't actually hang out with anyone there.
Doesn't matter. It was my fault. Nothing's ever going to change that. What does it matter if I come to terms with it? Won't change the past.
Oof. Sounds like they're working through some really tough stuff to have that be the conclusion.
This isn't like it was with your sister. What happened to Miki was different.
Shinji.
It's over now. I just want to forget it ever happened.
Two years ago? No way.
And this scene is definitely doing a good job of having the characters know things that we, the viewer, don't know yet. Almost hard for me to interject.
Him.
But we're along for the ride at this point.
So, his name is Shinji.
Important information, if rather cryptic at this point, but important stuff to keep track of and to keep in your thoughts as we go forward from here. That's all I'm going to say about that for a while. The film festival only runs for one more week. Wow. This is the event that just keeps on giving. After the first 3 days last week, I really thought that was going to be the end of it. So to have people reach out to me the last few days with additional tickets, that was a really great experience. And I've really been having fun with that. And it really does sound like fun to continue, but we are in that final push now. It's a week from tomorrow that we're back in school. Kind of a depressing thought. It's always that feeling, it always was for me anyway, as summer draws to a close and knowing that reality is going to set back in. But I want to try to make the most of it again today. Just finish the day off and get to the end of the break and have as few regrets as possible. Oh, okay. Looks like maybe I have the chance to invite somebody now. That's a nice change of pace. I've really just been kind of going along with everybody else so far. Maybe I should invite someone from the dorm to go with me. That sounds like an interesting lot of fun. There's a lot of people at the dorm I'd love to see movies with, too. But to actually be the other side of that now, to be the one suggesting it rather than just, oh yeah, I'll go to a free movie with you today. Yeah. I'm not sure, who's around or what we can see, but I'm definitely going to keep that in mind. I suppose staying on. Let's start with my messages while we're here. Maiko wants to play. What are we playing today? I want to play a lot today, and eat takoyaki too. That does sound fun. Wild Duck has a new burger. Have you tried our new burger with unknown ingredients? Plus, our fries are extra salty. We await your visit, Wild Ducklings. Secret recipes? Mysterious ingredients? Do you have the guts to go Wild Duck? And there's a sale with Officer Kurosawa today. Something for you. I've got something for you today. Consider it restitution for you and the others for working diligently every day. Kurosawa. I definitely want to head over there and do some shopping. We're pretty close on the gear from what we can purchase right now, but I think there's a little bit more we can supplement just to really give us that extra edge to be successful. And I do need to get back to Tartarus soon because A, there's somebody lost there. B, we're a little bit behind level-wise, behind the average. C, we haven't made it to the barrier floor for this segment yet. And D, we've got a full moon in 12 days, as you can see up there. So definitely need to make Tartarus a priority here soon. That won't be during the daytime, obviously, but it's all connected, so I have to be aware of all sides of my day at some capacity. And depending on who's around, tonight might not even be a bad night to get back there, but it's always hard to say, especially when everybody's plans are changing. What might happen? Well, it looks like everybody's got something to talk about today. I do want to invite them to a movie. I'm not sure who I would go with or what we would go see, but let's start with the antisocial side and check the TV. There are people who've died in this heat. Don't say nonsense like, if you leave them alone, they'll recover. We're doing our best to deal with apathy syndrome, but all we can do now is... That's what you keep saying. Phew, it's getting hot in here. As hot in here as it is out there. But that's all the time we have for today. Coming up next, the news. So yes, sounds like one of those debate programs. Oh yeah, like I say, I want to do some shopping. I want to keep my options open for social links, but that idea about going to a movie with somebody from the dorm, that sounds like a lot of fun. There's a part of me that hesitates from talking to people and not wanting to not be able to invite them. To talk to one and say, oh yeah, I'll come back to you later. And like, oh, okay. Maybe that won't be the case, but I can't think I'd be going to a movie with Koromaru. So at the very least, let's talk to Koromaru. Arf, he's looking good. A good way to start the day. Koromaru seems lively today. Should I invite him to the film festival? I really did not expect that to even be an option. Okay. Well, let's come back here, and I've got some stuff to do around town first. Let's start with that and work our way back here. Actually, let's also take a look, because I am considering a film festival, so I do kind of have the framework of a plan for my daytime. But let's just see what everybody else's choice ended up being. Not that we want to copy their answers, but since I've already got kind of an idea, let's now see what everybody else has done. 42% went social links with Maiko or Suimitsu. 58% went, daily life. I'm not sure if that lists everything. I mean, I saw a film with Yukari on that list. So perhaps there's a chance that not any or everybody is available to go today. At the very least, we can infer that Yukari is available. Well, I still want to head out and do some shopping and things. But I do want to come back here and talk to everybody at the dorm and just see who we can go to a movie with. I think that sounds like a lot of fun. It's been great all week, so I have no reason to expect it not to be today either. This time we don't need to end our routing over at the Port Island Station. We're going to end up back here at the dorm. And as I do, let's stop another place along the way. Got to see that cutscene from here this morning. A lot of details unanswered at this point, but a lot of important information to keep in your head as we go forward for a while, just like all these cutscenes have been, but this one's no different. Okay, nothing new at the Net Cafe today. Looking good. Let's head on from here. I've done pretty well talking with people so far, so it doesn't look like anybody has anything new to say. We've got some Athletes Syndrome people around, of course, but I've been talking to them all throughout. The leisurely businessman might have something new to say, though. I sometimes see a girl drawing here. She looks a little strange, but it's not like I care. She's so mysterious. It's like she lives in a different world. She doesn't care what other people say. She's living on her own, not following anyone's orders. As a salaryman who follows orders for a living, I'm naturally jealous. Yeah, there's a lot to be said for just having that level of freedom. Junpei encountered her a few days ago. She was sitting on this bench drawing, and he kind of walked over and tried to see what she was doing. It sounded like it was something with a lot of color and a lot of intensity that he didn't quite understand and was kind of questioning. And tried to introduce himself or interact with her, and she just told him to get out of the way. You're blocking my view, sort of thing. But he was talking again about her the other day, so I think she still made an impression on him. I don't need anything from the gardening store. I bought some stuff from Tanaka's Amazing Commodities the other day. Those will probably be delivered tonight or tomorrow. Everybody's looking good back here. There's the timid cat. Mew for the energetic cat. And the delinquents are looking good. So yeah, while I'm here, let's start, say hi. Hello, Suimitsu, Gourmet King. You're looking well. Hope you're having a good summer. Looks like you're eating well, doing good. Happy for you. I do want to spend more time with him soon. He left, quite the revelation at the end of our last encounter together about his younger brother. I kind of have some questions I want to follow up on that with. But yeah, let's make our rounds. I did some shopping the other day during the sale at the pharmacy. I don't have any new materials for the antique store. If I'm going to a movie with someone at the dorm, that shouldn't take any specific Persona since I don't have any social links with anybody there, so that kind of takes that necessary consideration off the table. So I'm still going to stop in and visit because, again, I don't know what tonight's going to bring. But then we'll make our way over to Officer Kurosawa and do a little bit of more shopping. Buy whatever we can from him to get the team fully geared up. Then anything I can find from the antique store or in Tartarus is just going to be a bonus. And of course, let's pop into Game Parade and see what games are available. High School of Youth and Punchboxer. It will be nice to get this quest completed, so if I can make it to Tartarus tonight or tomorrow, maybe I can find that topaz and get things moving here. Pharmacist, thank you for everything you offer. It's nice to have a place like this on hand. I hope your week is starting off on a good note. And I'll be sure to keep you in mind if I need anything.
You got everything you need?
I do, yes.
Come again, yeah?
That's one of those nice things about that weekly sale on Saturdays. It really does make me come in here and take a good look at what I do have and kind of assess the balances. I've got 4 of this and 6 of that and 12 of these. Is that going to be enough? If not, that's the time to buy more. And so every week I kind of just have that refresher. So after that, I can really feel confident that I did take that real look. And I'm not just like, oh yeah, I've probably got enough in there. I've got 2 or 3 or 6, who knows? But every week I get that chance to take a good solid look and then walk away like today feeling like, yeah, I did my due diligence 2 days ago, so I am feeling good.
Oh, yes.
Antique store owner, it's looking great in here. I'm really looking for some topaz. I want to share those with you and do some interacting. Some new base materials would be nice too, so I'm hoping to surprise you one of these days and be able to do some business.
Is that all you need?
It is. I'll have more, hopefully soon.
Hope to see you soon.
I should still be current on Elizabeth's requests.
Are you accepting a request?
I get current in the sense that I don't have any new ones to pick up. There's still things I need to do, but nothing I can actually check off the list right now.
Very well, then. Welcome to the Velvet Room.
Igor, Elizabeth, I hope this week is starting off well for you. It's nice to see the both of you. I'm going to continue to count on your help. We're getting close to that full moon, and it's been really nice to make that progress with my personas recently. So thank you for that, and I will continue to do so as much as I'm able.
We look forward to your next visit.
Just a good little stop in to see how things are going for them. So now it's off to Officer Kurosawa. And we are seeing more apathy syndrome people around, so that's expected at this point, but it's still motivation to do what we can to try to overcome those shadows and put things back to normal.
Be careful out there.
I don't think I've got any accessory or nothing specific to sell here. I might be able to go through my pockets and technically get rid of some stuff, but we'll see. The biggest thing, I guess, we'll start with the armor.
What'll it be?
I've got plate mail. I believe that's better
Running
than...
a little sale today.
Oh, okay, it's actually not.
See if anything catches your eye.
10 more points, but I lose that resistance to dizzy. That is a big jump in defense for Junpei, but he loses that plus 40 HP. But as hard as things have started hitting, that extra defense might outweigh having 40 extra hit points.
Something that complements your physique.
Mitsuru's also got plate mail. Both Aigis and Koromaru were good. Well, maybe this is the time to take that increased defense. I feel like the chances of being hit by Dizzy are less than the chance of being hit in general and needing to take less damage. So yeah, let's get everybody up to a robe of warding or better.
Everything look good here?
It does. 18,400 yen, 3 or 4 times over. That's going to be a big dent in things, but I've got the money to spend, and that's what we're here for today.
Great. It's all yours.
Yeah, 20 more points of defense does feel pretty huge here.
It's all yours.
Higo's already got one. And for the same logic that it worked to upgrade mine, I'm going to upgrade Mitsuru's as well.
That what you want? All right, then.
All right. So we're all good on armor. That we are definitely... Everybody's got the best armor we can have. The best he sells or something better than that. So that category is totally done. That feels good. Look at footwear next. If we're going to get hit, it's good to take less damage, but if we can avoid getting hit entirely, that's 0 damage.
What are you looking for?
Cyber shoes are the top tier that he sells right now. Yeah, I mean, that is a big jump in evasion. Again, that's going to lose a bit of that plus 50 HP.
I have no idea what you're fighting out there.
But eventually I'm going to have to make that
Just
choice.
don't get in over your heads.
And I think that choice might be soon. I mean, looking at 49 up to 63, that's a pretty big jump. And he is the only one who needs any footwear. Yeah, you know what? I think it is time for that. What is this going to cost me? 12,000? Yeah, I can afford that.
Everything look good here? Great. It's all yours.
All right. So everybody now, we're all taken care of with footwear as well. So that's armor and footwear. Last category is weapons.
Take as long as you need.
Okay, it looks like the only one that might be a beneficial upgrade would be Mitsuru here. But that Serpent Sword is only a slight boost in attack, the accuracy is the same, and it would lose that Auto Tsukakaja ability, which boosts her accuracy and evasion. So I think for the effect bonus, I'm going to hold off on changing that weapon out. Which would suggest that I'm good on our weapons. Which would also say that all 3 of these categories are now complete. Accessories, I'm pretty happy with what we have right now. Nothing he was selling looked all that appealing to
As long
me.
as you need.
Nothing wrong with them, but from what I've already found and have in place, I feel like it fits the team well. So nothing needs to really change there. But that means we should be totally set from Officer Kurosawa in this phase of our exploration. Until he has new gear, I think we are good. So Officer Kurosawa, that's such a good point to get to. Kind of like knowing that my medicine is good from the pharmacy. Getting to this point every time we're in a new section of Tartarus and just feeling like, okay, this is the gear I've got. Everything else comes down to execution now, but I've got all the best tools that are available to me. I can still keep an eye out for things that I can trade from the antique store or find in Tartarus, but there's not that lingering feeling of, okay, I need to get back here and buy a new piece of armor or something. I know for a fact that I have the best I can for everybody. So that's just really good peace of mind going forward. And it feels like that is that positive step to try to be ready for that full moon that's coming up. That's something I definitely need to be doing as we get closer. Well, this was a really good, good phase for the day.
All done here?
I am, and thank you so much for it.
Be seeing you.
It was a lot to spend. It was about half my money, but that's why I've got it. It's there to be spent for these purposes. That feels good. Let's stop by the shrine, say hi to Maiko, maybe take a short break for some meditation and some water, and then head back to the dorm and see who wants to go to a movie. Maiko, I hope summer's going well. Well, we're up to rank 8 with already in that social link. I want to continue spending time with her as well. It's been quite a while, but it's nice to be to the point where we are in her story where she's already tried to run away, and we've been able to find her and get her back with her parents, and they've actually talked things out. So that's not to say we've totally reached the conclusion to where things need to be, but I feel hopefully really, fingers crossed that we made it past the most pressing parts of what she needs to do. I'm still excited to see where that goes, but today I'm excited about some other stuff as well. So let's enjoy the sacred tree here for a moment. Take some deep breaths, close your eyes, get some water, whatever you want to do for just a moment. Let's take a break here. Okay, how's everybody feeling? I'm feeling good. All right, let's continue on with our day then. We've been everywhere now, so let's head back to the dorm and make that plan to see a movie. All right. So, looking at the room here from Koromaru all the way over, just give it some thought yourself. So who would you want to go to a movie with today? If you could ask anybody here, Yukari, Fuka, Aigus, Mitsuru, Koromaru, who would you invite to the summer movie today? There are no wrong answers, obviously. going to the movie with anybody here would be such a fun time. And I don't really know. I mean, by that logic, I'm just as paralyzed as I had been. I say we can infer, based on the way people spent their time, that Yukari would go to a movie with us. Whether or not that means she's the only one, it kind of remains to be seen. I mean, we know sometimes when we pull up these activities, it doesn't list absolutely everything that can be done. So it could be that it just kind of truncated that list and only shows the saw a film with Yukari option. I should save the game too, shouldn't I? Yeah, we haven't done that yet today. That feels good. Well, I don't know. I mean, like I say, these are all great choices. I'm not sure what movie we're even going to see, which makes it hard to kind of tailor the movie to the person I'm inviting, or vice versa. But I guess let's make a choice. It's got to happen. My first thought was either Mitsuru or Fuka. I mean, nothing against anybody else, but again, I've got to make a choice. So Mitsuru's always so busy. Maybe she wants to take a break, or indulge in something different with a movie. I must file a report with the Kirijo group. The formatting is tricky. I'll have to do some research. Mitsuru seems busy. I doubt she'd be in the mood to go to the movies. Okay, well, we tried. That does suggest then that it isn't possible to go with everybody. And it's also, logically fitting that people have other things going for their day, whether they're plans or things they're stuck having to do. But that's life and how that goes. Amada-kun doesn't seem well. Maybe he came down with heat exhaustion like Junpei-kun. Fuka seems worried. I doubt she'd be in the mood to go to the movies. Okay. Well, maybe this wasn't quite the choice I thought it was going to be. Now there's that part of me that wants to talk to Aigis, just because I didn't see her name on the list either. Nothing wrong with it. I mean, I would love to go to the movies with Aigis too. If she said yes, I'd be like, absolutely, let's go. So I don't want to say this is just some sort of experiment here.
If I may speak.
But she preempted me as I approached. I am very busy at the moment, Tom-san. You should relax during summer vacation. That is what I was told. Thus, I am devoting all my available processes to relaxation. Aigis seems serious. I should leave her be. All right. Well, if you're having fun, Aigis, that's what you should be doing. I'm happy for you. Well, I suppose all these choices. Let's talk to Yukari and see if maybe she wants to go to a movie. I think there's a chance. I am still happy with that, though. It was kind of fun to feel like there was that chance to go with everybody. Even if the game still wanted me to just go with one person today, it was kind of cool to have that chance to reach out and just see other people and see that they're busy with a variety of things, whether it's concern or reports or focusing on relaxing. They've all got stuff going on that my character didn't know at the time. So for him to still have that chance to say, hey, do you want to go to a movie? Only for them to say, yeah, no, I'm busy with this. That feels like a real interaction. But I think it'll be fun to spend... I assume Yukari's not busy. It'll be fun to spend some time with the movies with her this time. And for me to be the one to initiate that this time. I've really appreciated my friends doing so in the last week. So now I get to be the one to reach out to them and hopefully feel that same level of connection and fun. Hey, it's another hot day. Maybe I'll just stay inside today. I was actually going to go to the film festival with my friend, but now she says she can't go.
Jeez.
I was honestly looking forward to it, so it's kind of a bummer. Well, would you believe Yukari seems interested in going to the film festival? Yeah, I mean, that sounds like a lot of fun, and especially to hear that she isn't just saying she wants to do something and oh yeah, that'll fill my day, that'll be fine. It's like, I want to do this specific activity, and I was really looking forward to it, and now I can't, and that's kind of sad. So for me to be able to say, hey, why don't we go together? I want to go to the movie. She wants to go to the movie. I like spending time with her. Hopefully she says the same about me. But yeah, this just seems perfect. And again, it's that summer experience that we can only do now while we're not at school. So it's just as fitting as they've all been. So I'm excited for this. Let's go to the movies with Yukari. Huh? You want to go? Sorry, I wasn't trying to guilt you into taking me or anything. But I do hate going alone. So yeah, let's go. Nice.
The Willpower series.
Okay. The Willpower series.
on seeing this with a friend from my club. I thought it might help motivate us.
I like that thought. I also want to comment, like I've been doing every time with the movies, about how people, dressed up for the occasion. And she's in the same casual summer clothes I see around the dorm. But Yukari, being as focused on fashion as she is, she's got that bag there that she's, accessorized with. And so she's prepared and she's, put together and everything. And just, again, like everybody else, it seems very, very much like the person. This is very much Yukari. I feel like I could learn a lot from all my friends in that regard. Okay, but we're continuing this Willpower series. I'm not quite sure I'm familiar with it. Maybe the character is, but hopefully it's one of those an easy entry series for someone that may or may not know how much about it.
You might think it's kind of cheesy, though. Now I'm not so sure about this.
Well, sometimes those cheesy movies can have a lot of fun moments in them too. Sometimes that's the charm behind them. And it's something fun to do with a friend. So even if the movie's cheesy, we can get to the end of it saying like, wow, how bad was that? Why did they make that choice? It almost, some of them could be so cheesy it circles back to being good again. So maybe it'll be something like that. But I've experienced a lot of new movies in the last week, so I'm sure that's kind of broadened my horizons a little bit too, to understanding a little bit more maybe about how to approach watching a movie or what to look for. Spending time with Haraga the other day talking about the art side of things, or seeing all these different genres just kind of recontextualizes the movie-going experience. So maybe even in a cheesy movie, I can find things to take away that I might not have noticed before becoming a bit more interested in film. And spending time with Yukari, that's going to happen either way.
Come on, show me some guts! Push your limits! You swore you'd take us to nationals! And then the big leagues, the World Series, and then the Olympics! That was our promise!
I'll never forget. I'm gonna make it! I won't stop running till I reach the sunset!
All right. Hot-blooded sweat is flying across the screen. It sounds like, again, quite the dramatic scene. Kind of reminds me of the movie I came to see with Miyamoto the other day. It sounded like that was a baseball movie. I didn't quite pick up which sport this was here, but it sounds like a very similar, tone and dramatic idea. Looks like everybody's really interested in what's going on as well. I learned that with enough willpower, you can overcome anything. Very cool to see a little bit of social skill progress here. It's in the academics as well. I haven't done much with that in a while. It would be nice to see that 4 become a 5. Not that I'm dissatisfied at the smart level, but it's a little bit behind the others. So having a little bit of extra progress there is nice. And in an action-packed sounding movie or dramatic movie like this, kind of cool to take away some academic learning from it. Cheesy or not, I was able to apparently gain some understanding.
That was awesome. We were in there for a while, but it went by so fast.
I feel like that's a sign of another really, of a good movie. There've been a lot of talk about that the last week, but you get to some of those movies that it's like, oh, this is going to be a long one. This is, it's posted time is this long, but by the end of it, it's like, wow, it's over already. How 2.5, how 3 hours gone by already? It feels like it just started. I was on the edge of my seat the whole time. Yeah, it sounds like that kept our attention and our interest really well. She enjoyed it. It sounds like I enjoyed it.
I guess there really are times in life where you gotta push yourself through with sheer willpower.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe it is more than that trope. And it is kind of fun to see that referenced in media and try to then apply that in other things when you are stuck in real life and maybe there is inspiration to be taken from something fictional like that.
But I'm still young. I haven't really done anything that crazy just yet. Oh, wow, it's getting late. How many movies did we watch?
I like the fact, too, that it is a festival, so there have been the seeming that this is multiple movies each day. It isn't necessarily just one movie. And I could see that feeling like a longer time, too, then. So to be really sucked into, I don't know if this was part of a Willpower series that, we watched multiple movies from, but still a fun experience that would... I always kind of like, especially if I can get to the movies early, that's always my favorite time to go. Maybe that's another one of those ways I'm different. But if I can go to a movie, like, at the very first showing of the day, if it opens at, 11, 12, 1 o'clock, whatever, just to get there early and watch that movie. Kind of, get to the evening, it's like, yeah, I watched a whole movie earlier today. And, I did all these other things as well. It just makes the day for me seem that much longer, more fun, more full of stuff. So, kind of cool to just get that theater experience and see how that affects your feel of time and the use of it all. Sounds like time flew here, but we spent a lot of time here as well.
We saw the baseball one, the judo one, the boot camp one. Oh, right, even shot put.
All right, we saw a lot of movies then. That answers that question. Baseball, judo, boot camp. Shot put kind of stands out as a little different, but I'm not opposed to that thought. I mean, if it's done well, it could be great. If all the other ones work, if baseball or judo can be a good movie, then there's no reason shot put couldn't be as well. A lot of the same elements would occur in both. The whole training idea, teammates, rivalries, competitions. Could be fun.
The shot put stuff kind of lost me, but the scenes after that with the main guy running were so good. Oh, I cried my eyes out when he did the 100 handstands into the sunset.
100 handstands into the sunset. Quite the image. But really cool when a scene can be that dramatic, especially in an isolated movie like this, where it is just a couple hours. If it's a movie with characters and events that you haven't seen referenced anywhere else before, and you're only seeing them in this moment, and it can still be that impactful to you, I feel like that's the sign, again, of a really good movie. You've gotten so close to caring about the characters and the story and the events and everything that it moves you that much in such a technically short span of time. It's quite the accomplishment.
I'm being weird, huh?
No, you're liking the movie. That's what we're here for. That's what you're supposed to do. Nothing weird about that.
Anyway, I'm getting hungry. Why don't we grab a bite somewhere before heading back?
Sounds like fun. I decided to go back to the dorm with Yukari. I also kind of like the fact that the game didn't make me actually pay for anything here, but it feels a little weird. I get that it would kind of block off content if you had to pay and you didn't have the money to do it, but at the same time, this is still real life, and I don't think I could probably just go to the theater and say, oh, 2 please, we're here for free, right? I'm glad I didn't have to pay. I'm not going to argue with that, but I wouldn't have minded being expected to pay and kind of just partake in the festival like everybody else. I kind of understood it last week when I was going with friends and they had extra tickets, but since I was the one inviting Yukari, unless she had said that she was planning to go with the team and somebody backed out, so maybe she already had the tickets. It wasn't really me inviting her then, it was kind of me tagging along and taking her ticket if that were the case. Either way, we had fun at least. I'm happy about that for the both of us, and it felt like a good use of our time and a good summer activity.
Welcome back.
Hi, how was your day? Just one more week and then summer vacation will be over. We've been so busy, but I don't think I've ever had a summer vacation that was so fulfilling before. That's a good thing. I'm glad to hear that. I'm hoping we can all say that by the end of it. Let's keep having fun these last few days and try not to let the summer heat bother us too much. Okay, so we've got opportunities around, people to talk to, mail to check. Let's head up to the room first and think about that. Koromaru wants to either watch something or eat the remote. Hopefully we want to watch something together. Mitsuru might want to do some cooking, I believe. Junpei wants to read. That would be another fun thing to do. I believe we're one reading session with him away from unlocking, I guess that would be a second ability since I already got his ability for gardening. There is also Tartarus. Tartarus definitely needs to happen soon. I've been putting that off, and I do have that new gear from doing the shopping today, so I can't really say I'm holding off to get more equipment. Let's start with our messages, I suppose. A variety of ads. From Wakatsu, limited set meal today. Today we're serving up our special limited dish, only for our regulars. A full-course seafood set meal, available at a reasonable price. We hope you will all try it. Remember, a healthy brain stems from healthy food. Wakatsu's got your back. Game Parade newsletter. Come play our popular crane game and try to win a prize. Then stick around and hop into one of our many immersive video games. There's great fun to be had, whether you're alone or with friends. We can't wait to see you. And finally, Chagall Cafe. Part-time position open. We hope everyone is having a great day. Chihiro is looking for someone today to work at the cafe. Students may apply, no experience required. This is a paid position, and perks include free pheromone coffee. We look forward to meeting you. Okay. Seems unlikely to have any social link opportunities tonight. Usually President Tanaka texts when he's got an opportunity for us. And usually Mutatsu-san shows up at Club Escapade later in the week. He's not one to text us from my experience, but I don't think I'll have any choices there. But there were the opportunities around the dorm of reading with Junpei, cooking with Mitsuru, or I assume watching TV with Koromaru. Those all do sound like fun. But so does getting to Tartarus. It's been, I think it was last Tuesday the last time we were there. And we've made a lot of good progress, so we're not too far off, I think, from the next barrier. We made it up to floor 110 before backing out, but that was by a one-way teleporter, so we're going to be a few floors before that when we resume. We have overcome a few Guardians already. The team's gained some levels, so we're not that far behind, but level-wise, too, I think my level average is only around 37 or 38. I think everybody else was closer to 41 or 42 by now. Yeah, probably right around the 38 range. So there's, some opportunity there to come up a little bit. I'm not drastically behind, but I don't want to get any further behind. I suppose this also depends on who's available tonight. I'd rather go with a full group to make the most of our time. I guess I can, before I check everybody else's activities, let's stop downstairs and talk to people. Check in with Fuka and see who's available to go tonight. I mean, doing these things around the dorm sound like a lot of fun as well. So if we don't go to Tartarus, I don't feel like I lack other things that would be a worthwhile thing to do, but getting to Tartarus, and especially getting that person rescued, I do want to take care of that sooner. I mean, it's already been longer than I probably should have let them linger in there. I guess.
By the way,
The agility of Koromaru-san's persona is part of its charm. This is most likely because Koromaru-san is fast himself. I now understand why his walks are so rigorous as well. We have definitely noticed the agility in his persona. He always seems to act first, no matter who I equip. He's faster. And he's a strong one to lead off the fight with, so it's a good piece to lead with. Fuka, how's the day? Amada-kun seems a bit lethargic. I wonder, could it be heat exhaustion, since it's been really hot lately? It's not impossible, but given the cutscene we saw this morning, I think there's more at play than what we really know yet. But what is everyone's status? Okay, there are some people who can't go tonight. Akihiko. Just because he can't go doesn't mean we can't go, but... I like to try to go when everybody is available. There's no knowing whether or not that'll stay true the next few days either, though. And I could go without him. He is level 38, so he's on the higher side of the group balance right now. Tough call. And again, going upstairs and reading with Junpei, if I were to gain new skill with him, that would be something else that would persist with us forever. Just like unlocking every other skill with other people this week. It feels like we've done a lot of that recently. So that would kind of be one of those things like, we'll finish reading that baseball manga together and know that we finished that. Okay, I don't see any social link things out here. I still want to stop at the mall. But while we're out here, I can check and see what everybody else did with their night. But yeah, I mean, without Akihiko being able to go, some part of me just kind of thinks I want to maybe hold off. I could spend the night reading with Junpei. We could unlock that skill from him, and then just kind of know that he would have both of the characteristics that he could potentially unlock from his evening skills from what we have unlocked so far. So that would just kind of change the approach in subsequent evenings. If he wanted to do more gardening or reading, we could still do that, but there would be that knowledge that it would just be for fun and it wouldn't be to work on an ability. And that would just kind of potentially open us up for other things by knowing that I've already unlocked that. As far as rescuing the person goes, I do have until the full moon in 12 days. Every time I talk about it this way, it feels kind of wrong to say, oh yeah, they can wait sort of thing, because they're not enjoying their time in Tartarus. They're not there because they want to be. They're not stuck there because this was where they want to be right now. and we have the power to get them out, and I've talked about using our power to help people. So to not be going right there and doing that right away feels like I'm not living up to what I should be. But like I say, from the other side, we know the person is safe until the full moon. It's kind of unfair knowledge to have, but the game specifically told us we have until the full moon to rescue them, so... the game told us as much. But yeah, while we're here, let's take a look and see. I mean, either choice is a good one, but if I only get to make one, I lean a bit more towards giving Tartarus one more night. If everybody can be available tomorrow, that would just be nice to be able to rely on everybody. If I come to an area that would be ideal for Akihiko and he wasn't there, it doesn't mean we couldn't rise to overcome it, but it would just be that much harder for everybody when it might not need to be if I just waited one more day. Kind of like anything. If you're planning some big hike or something and it's storming today, it's like, well, I could go today, but the trail's all washed out and the weather's not in our favor and it's a lot harder than it could be. If we wait a day and things dry up, it could be a really pleasant walk tomorrow. So there's that thought to be said for taking a moment now to make things easier going forward. Yeah, I mean, I think the more I'm talking that out, the more I think that also just kind of means that is where I see my day going. So let's try to just kind of make that plan and say, yeah, I want to do some social activity around the dorm. Now I can kind of check everybody else's choices and not feel like I'm just like, oh, okay, what did everybody else do? So I can choose based on that. I'm going to stick to something at the dorm, probably reading with Junpei. Because we have only unlocked one skill with him, right? Yes, yeah, that critical boost, which is huge for him. And as big as that was, it makes me excited to see what else he could gain. So, talking about all that, let's actually check now. All right, no social links. Such a small percent went to Tartarus that it rounded to 0. So, yeah, almost 100% went daily life activities. Okay, that is watching TV with Koromaru. I mean, those all look good, but it is kind of encouraging to see that everybody else went that way as well. I was already planning to do it, so it's not like... I mean, if I'd seen 80% of people went to Tartarus tonight, that would still kind of give me pause, but I would like to think I would still kind of hold firm to that plan I'd made, because that was the plan. But when I see that everybody else kind of went the same way I was already planning to go, there's just that nice knowledge of, okay, I'm not setting off on some uncharted territory. A lot of other people had the same general thought that I did. Whether or not that's a good thing, I mean, you don't want to necessarily just blindly follow the crowd, but... There's that same thought. If everybody's going one way, there's probably some reason for it. I'm not using any sort of guides or walkthroughs or anything, so I'm kind of, I guess, vicariously doing so more or less through here, but I'm not reading into anything ahead of time, so we're taking it as it comes, and I think that choice still fits narratively, and I was able to explain it in a way that fits in our world. So it's not just like, oh, this is a min-maxing choice here. This is something fun to do tonight. We got to see the movies today with Yukari. We can kind of, again, take it easy tonight. Once Akihiko's available, we can all kind of reconvene in Tartarus and just see how ready we are. We've got 12 days until the full moon. We need to get there and train a bit more. There's a lot we need to do in Tartarus. And we all understand that, too. So I think once we're all available, we'll just be able to dig right in. And I guess as we get closer to, I might have to make those tough choices. If somebody's not available and time starts to run out, it's like, well, okay. Tonight we are going to have to go shorthanded. As much as I'm not a fan of wanting to do that, sometimes you do what you have to do. But since we don't know that we have to do that yet, we can take a day to try and see. Nice to stop in the club here. Looks fairly status quo. I'm betting the URL guy back here doesn't have anything more for me. Nope, nothing new there. Been a while since I've talked to him, I think, so it's nice to see that I'm not missing anything back there. No Mutatsu-san up here tonight. We knew as much and expected as much. Now we've seen it with our own eyes. Enjoy the music here for a moment. A nice atmosphere. That was fun. It wasn't much, but again, it's something else to do with our night. So we're not just going from one place to the next. It's like, okay, we're going right to reading with Junpei and then to bed. Our night had a couple extra stops, like even stopping at the station strip mall here. I've already been everywhere here today, so we don't need to be here technically, but I can still just take a walk by and just take it all in. You look up at the mascot there. Walk by on the way back to the dorm. I mean, this does lead us back to the dorm. I came to that station when I first arrived here and crossed the street and came by here, walking to the dorm. I always forget there's a cat here in the evening. But, I kind of spooked by sprinting up to it here. Maybe that was the energetic cat looking in on us. It was so quick, that's why I didn't even notice it, because he's so energetic now because of the food we were able to give him. But yeah, let's head back to the dorm here. I guess I came right to the door. I missed stopping out front first. And like I was talking earlier, any of these opportunities would be fun as well, but we're so close with Junpei that it would be nice to finish his line off here, just see what new ability he can get. And then in subsequent evenings, it'll be easier to say, okay, I've already read the Junpei, so let's cook with Mitsuru, or watch TV with Koromaru. And I do want to get back to this too. We've been reading a baseball manga together. It sounds like it was an old classic one. It was a favorite of his, I think, that he's read before, that he was, nice enough to share with me. He borrowed it from a friend, a handful of volumes. And we've spent a couple nights in the past reading. Each night we ended, by reading everything that he'd borrowed and having to wait for him to borrow more from his friend. So I'm assuming, hopefully, that he's borrowed the last sections of it, because sounded like we were really close to the finale of the series, and he needed to borrow a few more for it. And of course, it being a baseball manga, there's just all sorts of dramatic sports moments and motivational things. We're kind of talking about just how that applies to our own lives and wanting to do what we can and to rise to challenges and have that motivation and all that good stuff, and secret attacks and special abilities and training montages and all those great tropes that just make these genres so much fun. Just trying to apply those to our lives and taking that motivation from manga. Kind of fun to actually talk about that too and see motivation from something like that, because Yukari and I were talking about that at the theater this afternoon, and just how you can get motivation from fiction. Some people see that as like oh, you're just doing that, or you're wasting your time when you could be doing something else. But you're spending your time. If you're getting something out of it, if you're enjoying it and it's motivating you, it's what you should be doing. I'm going to keep saying that. That's not, my mind's not going to change on that. But again, if Junpei and I can enjoy doing this, and like everything else too, to get to do something with a friend like him outside of Tartarus. We're not just out there fighting shadows or seeing each other in passing at school. We're sharing an activity that we both like to do, and kind of deepening that friendship a bit. So, all that said, that's the plan, that's the reason. It's going to be fun. Let's do some reading with Junpei. Yo, I got the rest of that manga. Let's get down to the final inning. We got to finish it. There's that really good feeling, too, about getting so close to the end of something like that and having the final materials with you now. There might be that bit of sadness of, oh man, I don't want the story to end, but when it's a good, satisfying conclusion and you turn that last page and you close the book, it's like, man, that was good. You just have that good feeling. It's like, man, I wish it would continue, but I'm so happy with the way things wrapped up. Every character was where they needed to be, and all of the growth happened, and you just feel good about the experience. So hopefully we can get to the end of today and feel that. Seems like Junpei has been looking forward to this. Yeah, I mean, I have too. It's been a while, but it's nice to continue this. It could help my courage as well, which of the 3 social skills, that was kind of one I did want some extra help with. They all need work, but that was my current priority. And Junpei might get an ability. So we're going to do something fun. We're going to do something we wanted to do. I'm going to work on my courage. I'm going to have fun with Junpei. He might get a new ability. I mean, the list just keeps going of all the good for this choice tonight. So being able to rattle all that off just feels like I am making the right choice tonight. That doesn't mean any other choice wouldn't have had its own list of great things about it, but to have this to fall back on with this choice feels really good. You up for it? If you want, I can bring him out now. Absolutely, that sounds like a perfect way to end the start of the week. Sure. Oh yeah, that's what I like to hear.
So, in the last volume, we left off just as the hero passed out from pushing himself too hard.
What a cliffhanger.
That part where his teammates managed to keep an even score while he's out was such a tearjerker.
That sounds like such a scene you'd see in material like that.
The game's almost over, and our hero, still weak after a short rest, steps up to bat.
I'm not quite sure how that would work in a baseball sense. If he passed out in the midst of the game, were they able to... I mean, I would assume his team was batting at that point because you'd have to have probably taken him off the field, and he's not coming back after that. So if he was able to, end the inning on defense, make it back to the bench, and I guess then pass out, and his team was able to rally long enough to keep the inning going for him to wake up and, get back out there, that could feasibly work. Okay. So we've got the stage all set here. Game's almost over. Our hero, still weak from a short rest, steps up to bat. Sounds like it's been exciting if we've gotten this far. It's pretty cliche, technically, but it's also an old manga. So if anything, it might be cliche by today's standards, but it was revolutionary back when it was new. Nobody done anything like this before. It was a new trail being blazed. So I'm not sure if I want to, fall into talking about how exciting it is or that anticipation of what happens next. They both sound like, good options. This is exciting. What happens next? I think maybe it's better to, I do want to know what happens next, but maybe that would become clear by saying it's getting exciting. And I think Junpei might appreciate that as well, because he definitely has a love for this specific manga. And so for me to share that same excitement, I think I definitely feel it too. So this isn't just me saying what he wants to hear. It's something that fits in the moment, and I think he would enjoy hearing. So it fits well. It's getting exciting.
Hey, you totally get it. I honestly thought you wouldn't be into it so much.
No, it's cool. I kind of like going back and seeing the old, the classics. I think so many of them still hold up just as well today as back when they were new. And it's really cool to kind of contextualize stuff like that when you see, you read something or see something that's older than you are and just still put yourself back in that time. An anime from, back in the 60s or 70s or something, and you're like, you could see everything in that happening in today's world. It's like, it really shows how similar things really are, even as different as the times are. The same character motivations exist back then that exist today, and that'll continue to exist in the future. And just to kind of see that evolution of a medium that you're a fan of, how manga has changed and what inspirations it took from the past and what elements persisted over time or where they got their start. It's a really cool experience. And so like a series like this that, is possibly cliche by today's standards might have been totally going into new territory with this. And this might be that inspiration for some other big title that comes later. So to see where it all started, that's such a cool feeling.
It's predictable, but it doesn't stop it from being awesome.
Exactly.
Man, I forgot how good stories like these are.
Yeah, things can be predictable, but still awesome. You've got your favorite food that's probably made the same way every time, but that doesn't mean it's not good. If you go to your favorite restaurant and you order, their signature dish, you're expecting it to come the same way every time, but that's perfect. You know what you're ordering and you still love it. It's still good because you know what you're getting. Something can be cliche, but still done well. Great characters, great art, all of it. It doesn't matter if you see it coming. It still fits the story, and it's still a good story.
All right, now that we're at the best part, let's go full speed till the end.
Yeah, let's keep that motivation going. It's still one of those, like, I don't want to rush through something I love this much, but you don't want to lose that momentum either. So let's do it.
All right.
There it is. That's that feeling I talked about earlier. Closing the book and just sitting back and digesting all of it. Just seeing the entire story now complete, in context with everything, seeing all the story arcs, the conclusion, all of it. And just making that part of you now. It's like, that story lives with you from now on. It's such a cool feeling.
The hero totally kicks everyone's asses in the end. And that part where he's so exhausted that he, surges with power?
Even when he's describing stuff like that, it's like, yeah, I can picture that. Like, I have no idea what he's reading, but because it is kind of that cliche trope idea, you can picture it, can't you? Like, yeah, I know what you're saying, Junpei. You've seen it done in other things because it worked and because it's such a cornerstone of the genre. I am right there with him.
It's like his senses heightened to a whole nother level. Would it be so freaking cool if we could do that?
It would. And we've talked about this in multiple times reading as well, just how cool the things we see in the manga would be to be able to do. And I think anybody that's a fan of anything like that, be it anime, manga, or anything else really, you definitely have some thought of putting yourself in there. Like, man, wouldn't it be cool if if I could do what they could do? Yeah, I mean, I don't want to be that, this only happens in manga. You've got to, keep the two separate and, distinct. And like, no, that wonder and that desire, that drive, that fantasy. Yeah, you give it a shot. Absolutely give it a shot. Have fun. Own it. Make it yours. It would so be awesome to do that.
Think so? It's gonna be intense, It's what separates the chumps from the masters.
That's right.
You can't just rely on raw strength. You gotta concentrate, let go of all that tension, then your power's all like womp, womp, womp. And then you unleash it like
Perfect. Again, this is one of those, to somebody that's not in the know, this might sound like he's talking gibberish, but to anybody that's read something similar, that's a fan of anime or manga, it's like, yeah, I am right there with you. I know exactly what you're saying. Nothing else is needed. I am right there with you on that. And I love that because yeah, that fits.
Or maybe you power up like, then you let her rip. That makes sense?
Surprisingly, absolutely, it makes sense. I also want to give credit to the voice acting here. I can't imagine what it was like to prepare for this, and he just leaned so into it and delivered it perfectly. I mean, I'm not even going to attempt it. I have enough trouble giving voice to the apathy syndrome people around town, but to have this real intensity and to be in the moment like that, it's so cool, and it really sells the scene that much more. Junpei picked up some combat tips from the hero of the baseball manga. Alright, so that upgraded his characteristic to critical amp, greatly increases critical hit rate, and greatly increases critical hit strength. So it's like something that was already great just became even better. I was so happy to get the first level of the characteristic, but now to have it in this powered up state, that's just absolutely perfect for Junpei. This is his characteristic. He's had so many clutch critical hit moments already in the run, and so to have an even greater bonus to that is just taking what's great about him and making it 10 times better. Very, very happy to see that. I can't wait to get him in the party to take advantage of that.
Dude, I think I might actually be able to pull this off. I gotta look into this more.
You do that, yeah.
Want to read it one more time? Just the last part, I mean.
It is kind of fun to look back on that too. It's like, that scene was so good, I want to see it again. You know exactly what's going to happen since you just read it, but it doesn't matter. You can still put yourself right back in the moment. I mean, I'm playing Persona 3 Reload in this Persona A Day series. I played this game before, I've beaten this game before, but I love this game, and I'm so happy to be going through it again. It's that same idea. It's like, yeah, I want to see that again. If it was good before, it's going to be good again. And I'm glad we're doing that. I'd even forgotten that this helped my courage. I was just so excited for Junpei getting that ability and to be able to see things the same way he does and to talk all that out. This is just totally an added bonus. A little bit closer to leveling up there. It wasn't that long ago we reached Fearless, so it's going to be a while before we go further than that. But every little bit helps, and this was another little bit. So I gained a bit of courage today, a bit of academics, and did a lot of fun things with a lot of friends. I like that. I'm very happy at this point.
And that, my friend, wraps up the series.
Wonderful. Yeah, sad to see it go, but so excited to have experienced it.
Being alone's fine, but with gems like this one, it's better to share the fun with a pal.
Exactly. You see things differently when you do it that way. When you're doing it with others, there's that social aspect to it of sharing something you like with others and bouncing those ideas back and forth off each other and seeing new things that maybe you didn't notice that the other person did. Yeah. We've talked about that with Fuka and reading together and with Mitsuru that time. So a lot of these solo activities can be experienced totally differently in a group setting. Just because they're traditionally only done alone doesn't mean they have to be. There are new things that can be gained by doing them in a different setting like that. I'm glad he had fun. I did too.
I'll bring you something else next time. We should do this again when you're free.
Nice. And that's really the hallmark that he had a good time. He wasn't just doing this out of obligation. Let's finish this and then we'll kind of go our separate ways. It's like, yeah, we should do this again. Seems like he's got great taste in manga, so I'd be interested to see what he recommends next. Or maybe it's my turn to recommend something.
Let's call it a night, shall we? Man, I'm gonna sleep like a log.
Nice. Yeah, get to bed, think about all the fun of the day, and hopefully keep that going tomorrow. Balance that fun and productivity, and just make the most of what we have left of our break. Okay, looks like that is it. Let's head back to the desk and talk about it. Okay, so that takes us to the end of Monday, August 24th, and I am really happy with how that day came together. We were coming into a new week, so I wasn't quite sure where things were going to go. There's that feeling of summer break ending in a week's time. Not what you really want to feel, especially as a student having to go back, but that is how things are. But coming into today and just kind of having that general idea of wanting to do something fun and memorable to make it feel like summer, but not knowing exactly how. Whether it was going to be social links or going to get some food or whatever. Just wanted it to be fun. So it was really cool to know right from the start of the day that the film festival continues this week. That has been such a surprise. I thought it was just going to be a few days last week, but I've been to so many movies now, I've almost lost track. And this was my chance to invite somebody today. So there were other opportunities throughout the day as well, but I wanted to kind of make that the daytime side of things. Before doing that, though, I made my way over to Officer Kurosawa's for the sale. And that was perfect as well, because I was able to go through and get everybody in all categories, weapons, armor, and footwear, all updated to everything current. All the best stuff that he sells, we've got. So I'm not lacking anything that I could buy. I could still find things in Tartarus and find some gems to make some trades at the antique store, but for right now, I've got all the best gear that money can buy, and that just feels good. We are as capable as we can be for Tartarus, and by extension, that coming full moon. So there's still some work to do, but we have the tools to do it with now. So that was that nice productive start to things, and it wasn't exactly cheap, but it didn't deplete my funds like I kind of worried it might. I've still got a little bit on hand if I need to summon a persona for something, and once we get back to Tartarus, we'll make some of that back as well. Well, that all feels good. But that was where I wrapped my walk around town and made it back to the dorm to go to a movie. A lot of people were busy, but Yukari wanted to go. She'd had plans to go to the movie today with her archery team, but somebody backed out, it sounded like, so she wasn't going to go and was kind of bummed about that. But we were able to go together. I asked if she wanted to go with me, and she gave it some thought and said, yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. So we went to see a variety of movies, it sounded like, about a variety of different sports. Baseball, judo, shot put was in the mix there. So a lot of different topics, but it actually helped me work on my academics, and we had a lot of fun together. She wanted to go to get some motivation for the team, and it sounded like we were able to do that. There were some dramatic moments, there were some intense moments, and it just sounded like we had that fun that we were both looking for. She wanted to do that and just kind of make her summer that much more complete. I wanted to do the same. It's been so much fun being at the Screenshot Theater throughout this last week, so getting to go again today was a lot of fun. Sounds like there might be a chance for a few more times this week if the film festival goes all week. We'll see how that plays out. I've really been enjoying the balance of doing social things with friends and getting the social skill progress from it. It's kind of that win-win feeling. I don't want to hard commit to anything ahead of time, but I've liked it every step of the way so far, so if it continues, I think that would just be as beneficial as it's been. It sounded like we stopped somewhere to get some food after the fact, so just made an entire day of it. A lot of fun. Got back to the dorm in the evening, and it was, again, just trying to make that plan. Akihiko wasn't available today, so we weren't able to, well, we could have gone to Tartarus, but I chose not to go to Tartarus. We do need to go soon, and I'm aware of that. But tonight wasn't the night for that. It was kind of starting the week off on just kind of easing into things. So yeah, that was kind of what we did. I did a short walk around. There wasn't a whole lot going on outside of the dorm. There were no social link opportunities, but there were some activities at the dorm. There was a chance to do some cooking with Mitsuru or to watch TV with Koromaru, but the one I picked was reading manga with Junpei. We'd already done that a few times in the past, so this was that chance to finish off the baseball manga. He was excited. He had the last volumes. I was excited to see where things went, and we just read together. and we talked again about just how great a series it was. It was so dramatic and intense. It gave Junpei all kinds of ideas about how he could become better in combat. Talked about him working on focus and powering up and just taking all of these ideas from the manga and trying to implement them in real life. I'm all for that. Whatever motivates you and gives you that source, yeah, run with it as far as you can. But, even to his credit, he did, and that unlocked an advanced characteristic. He'd already had a boost to his critical hit rate and damage, but now it seems like it's an even greater boost. So what was good is better. Now he's got like a very high chance to score a critical hit and to do a lot of damage with it. And that's just perfect for someone like him. It's really good for the team because a critical hit leads to a follow-up attack. It leads to a down state, so it could lead to an all-out attack. More quickly finishes the fight. It boosts his theurgy gauge. So yeah, that won't go away. That is Junpei's growth that he's experienced, and that will persist throughout the remainder of this series. So that also kind of feels like I've opened up some other future evenings now. Junpei and I do want to read more manga together, and it sounds like a lot of fun, so I will keep that in mind, but when weighing those options in the future, I will know that I've unlocked the highest characteristic from that I can get with Junpei. So on subsequent nights where maybe Mitsuru wants to cook and Junpei wants to read manga, it'd be easier to say, well, as fun as manga would be, let's do some cooking, because I've already got that characteristic. Doesn't mean it wouldn't be fun to do the manga, but it just kind of helps recontextualize things and change those priorities a bit. But it was a lot of fun. Junpei really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. He said he was going to sleep like a log afterwards. So to get to the end of Monday and to feel like the week has started off on this foot, that just feels so good. It's not like we're on the back foot already and like, oh, this is going to be rough. It's the last of summer and things aren't going well. It's like, this was a good, fun day. I got to see a bunch of movies. I got to get a meal with Yukari. I got to read with Junpei. And we still have time. This was all just today. So to look back on as full and well spent as the day felt, I can't ask for more for a Monday. And that does actually take us to the end of Monday. It was, I've already said, it was a wonderful day. I can keep talking about how great it was, but we all know it was a great day. I want to thank you so much for being here and sharing it with me. It means a lot. It's fun to play the game, but just like reading with Junpei tonight, it's even more fun to do it with other people. So thank you for sharing the experience with me. My name is Tom Shima. I stream this Persona A Day series every day at 12:30 Eastern Time. So anytime you want to be here live and see the events unfolding, feel free to stop by. I do also upload every day's playthrough to my YouTube channel, so if that works better for you, that's exactly why they're there. And I hope you can enjoy them in that format whenever you want. Let's make this a good week. It's Monday. In-game, it's that last week before school starts again, but whatever it is, whatever you've got looming, I hope you can take the steps one day at a time to make the most of your time. Whatever we can do to have some fun in there and to get to the end of our day and just look back and say, yeah, I'm happy with how today came together. Even if there's challenging spots in there, hopefully you can find those few things that will make you happy. Keep an eye out. They are there. I'll do the same. My name is Tom Shima. Thank you again for being here. I hope I can see you tomorrow as this Persona A Day series continues. And until our paths cross again, I hope you take care. Thank you very much, and goodbye.